Let's find a program which will help us to display the given integer number in words. Even though we are discussing the concepts of strings, but this program seems to be interesting. With the concepts of strings, we are now going to use integers as an interference. Now, how this integers will help us to identify or display the given number. So basically what I'm supposed to get, if the input is given as say 523, I should now display the output as 5 space 2 space 3. I have to display the given integer number in words. Now, we have done this particular program prior to this in a while loop section. If you observe those videos carefully, there we have done the reversing of a number using a while loop where arithmetic modulus operation was used with a magic number called as 10 to take out the last number, to realign the number and then shift to the reverse of the number, all the steps. If you do that particular program carefully with the numbers, some numbers will not be able to be reversed properly. What are those numbers? Those programs will fail when the number ends up with zeros. Suppose if I have a number as say 1200, 1200. Logically, when I say that I'm supposed to display the number in words of that, for that first what I'll do is I'll try to get the reverse of the number. When I get the reverse of the number, 1200 is logically supposed to be displayed as 0012. But here what it does is it will display the number as only 12. 1200 is now reversed as 0021. Logically it has to be, but it will display, it will store the reverse as only 21. So if it stores only 21, what happens? I'll get the reverse of the number as only 12, not 1200. When a number ends up with zeros, arithmetic operations will not work. But this program will definitely work even though the number ends up with zeros. How do I do this? You ask the user to enter a number. User might say that he is going to enter 1200. He feels that he is entering an integer number. But don't read this into an integer variable. What you do is you read this into a character array. Rather than storing 1 as an integer value, what you do is you store 1 as a character value, 2 as a character value, 0 as a character value, 0 as a character value, and then /0. User feels that he is entering a number, but I am going to now read that value not as an integer number but as a set of characters. For me, they are going to be a set of characters. So I know that ch of 0 till a null character I can traverse. What are the possible values of this particular ch of 0? In this example, it is 1. Is it assured that always ch of 0 will be 1? Ch of 0 can contain any character from 0 to character 9. Any character from 0 to 9. If it can store any character from 0 to 9, so I had to use a simple if-else at this place. If ch of 0 stores a character 0, print it in words called as 0. Else, if ch of 0 is equal to 1, then print one 1. If ch of 0 equal to 2, then print tw2, and so on till ch of 0 equal to 9. There is no possibility that the user is going to enter a non-numeric value or alphabet or a dot. If it does that, then that particular character has to be ignored. We should not display even a single character for that particular content. So I believe that there will not be any non-numeric character. It will be only a numeric character from the user. So we are not going to go into the venture of doing the reverse and then displaying. We'll just directly display this particular value. So within a for loop, what it is, you now use a simple nested if-else ladder or a simple switch case statement. A switch case statement will also help us to get this particular content done. Right? Now let's see the code for understanding this particular example. I have taken a character called as ch of 80. Ch of 80, I define an integer variable I. I'll ask the user to enter the number. The user enters the input as say 523 and hits the enter key. What getters does? Reads this particular 523 into a character as ch. Will it be stored as 523 at one location? No, it will be stored as 3 characters 5, 2 and character 3 and then /0. I know how to write a loop for this 0 till null character. 0 to null character. So it goes from ch of 0, ch of 1, ch of 2, CH of 3. And every time I visit, what I'll do is I'll put a test for the CH of 0 for 10 locations, CH of 1 also for 10, CH of 2 also for 10, and so on. Now let's work with this particular example itself. So I0, CH of 0 not equal to null. Yes, CH of 0 is not null. If CH of 0 is not null, then get inside, switch CH of 0. Switch CH of 0 goes to this particular case 0 and prints it in words called as ZERO. CH of 0, is it 0? If true, print 0 and a break will take you outside switch case, but the loop continues. But in this example, what is CH of 0? 5. So it doesn't match with character 0. It doesn't match with character 1, character 2, character 3, character 4, character 5. Yes, it matches. If it matches, what it does? It display 5U and followed by blank space. I have kept blank space, and then break will take you outside switch case. But go back and change the value of I as 1. I is 1. CH of 1 not equal to true. Switch CH of 1. CH of 1 is character 2. It goes to this particular character and then displays 5, 2. And again a blank space. Go back. I becomes 2. CH of 2 not equal to true. Get inside, switch CH of 2. CH of 2 is case 3. It prints 3. Now when you go back, I becomes 3. CH of 3, is it not equal to null? Yes, CH of 3 is actually null. So if this loop condition fails, will it go inside or will it quit the for loop? It will quit the for loop. So for loop is quitted and then it will directly end this particular code. So when it ends the code, the output which I have received is 5, 2, 3 on the screen. So the only trick in this particular case is don't read the number as an integer, read the number as a string. When you read the number as a string, it is much more easier for operations. Keep on guessing out what will be the possible values of CH of 0. There will be 10 different conditions. Now what if I enter 12, 1000, 12, 000? So 1 is printed as 1, 2 is printed as 2. What happens to comma? So comma doesn't have any case. If it doesn't have any case, then it will ask, is there a default? If there is a default, whatever you placed under default, that will be executed. Since there is no default, what it does? It will not print anything. It will go back and just do the operations back to I++. Right? So forcibly, we have not written this particular default statement, because if the user enters any non-numeric characters in a number, that particular character should not be displayed with any value on the output screen. Hence, the program doesn't use a default, and moreover, I might ask a question as enter number, but I'll not read it using scanf %d, I'll read it using getS instruction. That is about the concepts of this particular program. Thank you.